So I've seen some stories lately that have really pricked my heart, and I thought I'd come on and talk about them because they really just captured my heart. And this particular story really did um, make me feel a lot of empathy for this gentleman. So this gentleman here is Dr. Cross. He is a doctor. He's an oncologist in Florida. Very successful man, and especially in our Black community, we need a lot of role models, people that our young people can look up to and admire. And I think this man fits the profile of being a successful oncologist. I believe he has his own office actually, has a wife here that you would think would be the American dream type wife. So you would think that this man has everything that he could ever want and is living his dream. But my heart just completely sank when I found out that this gentleman, allegedly, they're saying, I don't think it's true, guys, but allegedly they're claiming that he went on a boat ride. I really don't feel that's the case, but hey, let's go at what their theory is. People are saying they saw him go on a boat ride, and then all of a sudden he goes missing. Okay. And the weird part about this story is when the authorities found his boat, there was no damage to the boat. That's why I think it's a red flag. There was no damage to the boat. So I mean, how did he go missing? If we don't see any evidence that he had a crash or a collision where he could have fallen off over into, the water and drowned, that to me is a huge red flag. There's no evidence of any form of an accident that happened. His boat is in perfect condition. But there's some suspicious facts around the story that I think, of course, the media has not gotten a hold of, and I don't think police authorities have. And the sad part is he's in Florida, guys, and the laws in Florida are just not favorable to me. They're not favorable, in my opinion, to the Black community. I just don't think they are. I'm sad that I think this guy could possibly, if no one advocates for this man, his story will be buried away as a missing person, and the case will probably more than likely grow cold. And we'll talk a little bit about why I think that's going to be the case because there's a little bit more facts about that. But the authorities stopped searching for this guy. They found his boat and they just said, "Oh well, I guess we're just going to stop searching for him." And there's been so many disturbing stories out there, guys. If have you guys have ever heard of the group Adventures with Purpose? If not, you need to look them up. They are some very skilled divers, and they have been able to resolve. Ooh, sorry guys, this is weird fly in here that came in my house when I came in. So sorry guys. But anyways, the Adventures with Purpose group, they are skillfully trained divers who have been able to resolve hundreds of cold cases over since 2019 that authorities have failed to resolve because of, in my opinion, their carelessness. And a lot of times when they find these bodies, they're in shallow locations within feet from where the person was first found missing. So it's kind of questionable to me why the authorities are not able to find these simple, these individuals that are missing when they're in close proximity of the places where they're found missing and they're in shallow waters. But this group is making a lot of strides in our country finding different people missing. So I really would hope if of course the authorities, probably like the same cases we've seen where the authorities claim that they go look in the water and they can't find the bodies allegedly, all these hundreds of people that have gone missing based on this Adventures with Purpose. If you look up their YouTube, you'll see what I mean. It just seems like the authorities don't really skillfully search for these people. So it just feels like this poor guy is just going to be missing. I don't think, you guys. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like there's foul play for this story, but we'll go into why I think so. I'm not going to really go into it yet, but let's just talk about it. So, missing Florida doctor's wife, I didn't say that part, guys, but his wife filed for divorce on the day he disappeared from a boat outing. That is the huge red flag for why I think there's foul play, guys. The fact that she filed for the divorce the day he went boating, allegedly. I don't think he went boating, but they claim he went boating. They had problems, ongoing issues before this man went missing. He is an affluent man. He makes a lot of money. He goes missing. She all of a sudden files at this convenient time that, in my opinion, I think she already knew he was passed away, which she already knew that divorce wouldn't have gone through at that time because he's missing. So she would basically take whatever, all of the financial property, whatever, if he passed away. So this is so weird. I feel like there's foul play. I mean, my theory is she possibly paid someone, guys, to take this guy out. And then they created this theory by releasing the boat out into the water or whatever, claiming that he went on a boat ride. For some reason, that's my belief. Well, let's just read this, guys. The U.S. Coast Guard found Chandra Cross boat on August 11th, but suspended, this is what makes me very angry, guys, suspended its search for the missing doctor on August 14th. And this is similar pattern to what a lot of these authorities do across the country. When people go missing, especially in the water, they just do these careless little diver routines to try to find the people. And of course, they don't do a good job. And so then eventually they just suspend the search. And more than likely also because this man, even so, is a black man as well. But I'll talk about another story where they suspended search and the adventures of Purpose had to find the poor girl that we're going to talk about in another video live. So the wife of a prominent Florida radiation oncologist who went missing from his boat on August 10th filed for divorce the day he disappeared. Isn't that crazy? This is what made me so sad because I started to think, man, this guy is so successful. He's an oncologist. He has his career. The very woman that he loved files for divorce when he goes missing. That is so heartbreaking. It's so cold, guys. It's so callous. Man, people could be so evil. Dr. Chandra Cross, 49 years old, was last seen August 10th leaving the Naples Bay Resort and Marina alone on his 33-foot Sea Ray boat, the Vitamin C, according to a tweet Friday from the U.S. Coast Guard Southeast. First of all, who said he was last seen on the boat? That is a question that sticks in my mind as a huge red flag. Who said that? Did the wife say he was last seen on the boat leaving August 10th? Because if she's the one that said it and she's the one that's divorcing him and they had marital problems, she's not credible. I would not believe her. The authorities need to make an independent confirmation that he was last seen leaving the boat August 10th because they should not take her word for it as a valid indication. They need to do independent searches. They need to check surveillance. They need to check with other surrounding neighbors, witnesses that can say that they can independently confirm that he was on that boat. Because if they're saying they got this information from the wife, that's the huge red flag. This woman is not credible, guys. She is not credible. Guys, I don't feel good about her. I don't feel good about her. You know what she's reminding me of, guys? She's reminding me of Christian Toby's girlfriend. What's that girl's name? Oh, I don't know her name, but Christian Toby, they were in Florida too, and his girlfriend took him out. You know what I mean? Stabbed him and killed him. So it's just making me wonder, is she another woman like that? The same day his wife, Sarah Jo Cross, filed for divorce in Collier County. That is so weird. This woman needs to answer to that. We need to hear from her and an explanation. Your husband goes missing and you file for divorce the day he's gone? Like, that's weird, guys. The USCG located and recovered Cross's boat off Sanibel Island on August 11th without any signs of the missing doctor. This is all planted, guys. This is not real. This is not valid. They didn't find any damage to that boat. So did he just take a dive into the water? I don't believe it, guys. I don't believe it. And then she filed for divorce. But here's the gentleman here. It's so sad. Man, when you see these poor people, this man had a career, he had a whole life ahead of him. And this woman, I just think she did something, guys, or she paid someone. I don't think he was on that boat ever that day. Missing, okay, so he's 49. In the days after USCG Southeast located the boat 16 miles south of Sanibel Island, crews covered an area of approximately 13,100 square miles over the course of 100 hours before suspending their search. It didn't seem like they really did much. They always say they do stuff. I don't know what they be doing out there. I wonder if they just be out there relaxing because there's so many people that go missing in the water and they don't find them after hours of searching. It's always a difficult decision to suspend a search and rescue case, Captain Michael Cayley, commander of Sector St. Petersburg, said Sunday in a statement. Our deepest sympathies and condolences go out to the family and friends of Dr. Cross during this difficult time. That's just terrible. It's like, hey, we searched for your loved one, but we didn't find him, so we're going ahead and quit. My condolences, though. Isn't that so cold, guys? Man, there's so much corruption in the law enforcement around the country. Anyways, in a statement posted Monday to Facebook, Kathy Caddy, Cross's stepmother, the doctor's stepmother, and a Naples-based nurse. Oh, so she's a nurse. So his stepmom, who was a nurse, thanked the U.S. Coast Guard and Collier County law enforcement, as well as Cross friends and the citizens of Naples who unselfishly gave their time and boats in the search for him. This woman is so patient. I would be like, that's not enough. You only searched for a couple hours and that's it, and you gave up on searching for my kid. No, you need to keep searching. You need to be more diligent in searching for him. But you know what? They may not find him in that water because I don't think he was ever there, unless she paid someone to unalive him and then they threw him in the water and then they released the boat into the water to make it appear as though it was an accident. I'm just thinking she had something to do with it, you guys. This whole story seems weird. And of course, I don't know. But then you have to ask yourself, why would she file for divorce if she did do foul play? Because that would draw attention to her that there was problems in the marriage. So I guess that also is a question we have to ask if we're playing devil's advocate. Why would she be dumb enough to file for a divorce, highlighting that there was problems in the marriage, which then would make authorities turn their attention to investigate her? So you can think, was she just innocently filing for the divorce thinking that he cheated on her? I don't know, guys. This whole story is just so weird. I would never file for divorce knowing my spouse is missing and the very day he goes missing. That is so insensitive. During this time of grief, please offer prayer and support and respect of privacy. Oh my goodness, guys. The doctor has 3 children and their mother, his father, his stepmother, brothers, and their wives, sisters, grandmother, aunts, uncles, cousins, longtime close friends. Thank you all. So he has a pretty big family, guys. He has 3 children. It is so sad that this poor man. I want to find out more about this marriage. So here's the boat. This is the boat for the U.S. Coast Guard. They did crocodile searches for Florida's Dr. Chandra Cross, who went missing from his boat last week. So that's the search they did. I don't know if they really did a good job of searching, guys. I highly doubt it. I think, if some time passes, the family should call on the Adventures with Purpose group. And I guarantee you, if he is in that water, guys, if he is in the water, that group will find him. Because it seems like these authorities around the country are very poor at doing these searches. And it's pretty sad with all the resources that they have that they don't do an efficient job. And we have to call on YouTubers, YouTubers to go out and do a better search for loved ones instead of the authorities that we put our trust in. Very sad. All right, so Cross serves as a president of the Board of Cancer Alliance of Naples and previously served as a member of the board of Collier's County Plan and the American Cancer Society of Naples. Wow, this doctor, guys, was pretty prominent. He really played a key role in cancer. Served on the board for Cancer Alliance and the member of the board of Collier County Plan, the American Cancer Society of Naples. Wow, guys, he was amazing. He has degrees from Northwestern University and the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center and completed his residency at Harvard Medical School. Wow. This man, I mean, guys, he was phenomenal. He went to Harvard Medical School, according to his biography on GenesisCare.com. That is so sad. A man with just so much accomplishments and promise. And that just goes to show sometimes we put these people on pedestals and we worship these people because of their accolades and their successes. And the reality is, we're all the same, guys. All of us. It doesn't matter what accolades or prestige or titles, none of that matters at the end of the day. We're all equal individuals, all on the same playing field, and all of us have the same end result. We all will eventually leave this earth eventually. So that really should be a key thing to take away, is to be humble in who you are, no matter what successes or titles or accolades or prestige. We're all the same. We're all the same, have the same destiny. We all have to eat to survive, all that good stuff. Now, this is sad, guys. What do you guys think about this story? This story really made me so sad that I wanted to come and talk to you guys about it. So they say that his boat was found 16 miles from, we know where it departed. So that's interesting. I just don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys really think this man was on that boat? Do you guys think the wife has something to do with it? Are you on the side of thinking, why would the wife?
Where your shipping address types it.
Why would the wife go and hire someone, for example, to take this guy out, unalive him for money gain or whatever, and then file for divorce to highlight that? So you probably on the side of, you don't think she had anything to do with it? What's your take? But let's watch this to see what the news reporters are saying.
Friday night for the Fox 4 News at 6. 2 days of searching, still no sign of a missing boater. Last seen here at the Naples Bay Marina Wednesday morning. And that boater, also a well-known oncologist in Naples, Dr. Chandra Cross. Fox 4's Caitlin Knapp joins us live from Naples. And Caitlin, this disappearance has impacted so many people in the area, so much so there are now search parties out on the water looking for him along with the Coast Guard.
Yeah, on top of that, the Coast Guard has been searching the water behind me all day. I just got an update from the Coast Guard, and they have searched more than 4,700 square miles between Marco Island and Sanibel Island searching for Cross, and they said that they will be looking for him tonight. And again, family and friends have been searching for him. I talked to some of them off camera today. They didn't want to be interviewed. Obviously, this is a really hard time right now, but they gave me some insight about who Cross is. Now, he works for Genesis Care in Naples as an oncologist, just helping people battling cancer. Now, one person tells me Dr. Cross even guided their son to make better life choices. So the news of his disappearance is hitting a lot of people really hard right now. The Coast Guard has been searching since Wednesday after his family said he didn't come home from taking his boat out. A Coast Guard airplane found the boat Thursday in the middle of the water off Sanibel Island. The Coast Guard tells me Cross wasn't on it and there was no damage or anything suspicious. Since then, the Coast Guard has been searching everywhere, again, between Marco Island and even as far as Fort Myers Beach.
We're treating it as though he is in the water and could hopefully wave to us or signal to us in some form or fashion. There's a lot of unknowns.
Despite the unknowns, his friends and family are still searching for him on the water. One friend that was searching for Cross today told me off camera that she still has hope he's alive. That hope has been echoed all over social media since he was reported missing. Others on Facebook said Cross has saved their loved one's life or simply treated them for cancer. Now, Genesis Care, where Cross works as an oncologist, provided me with a statement saying, in part, the well-being of an individual involved, as well as our broader teams and patients, is our number one priority. Now, again, the Coast Guard is asking for boaters to keep an eye out for Dr. Cross. And for those boaters, the Coast Guard wants you to note that they are searching about 45 by 45 nautical miles between Marco Island as well as Naples. So if you do see Dr. Cross, please call police and the Coast Guard immediately. We'll be sure to bring you updates as we learn more from the Coast Guard. Reporting in Naples, Caitlin Knapp, Fox 4.
Thank you for joining us here in this.
Yeah, guys, this story makes me so sad. When I heard about it, my whole heart just sank, you guys. This man was saving lives. He was saving cancer victims and people who are suffering from cancer, probably on their deathbed. He was the one that came and was kind of a hero in a lot of people's lives. And it's so sad that someone so successful who is doing such great things for his community, his life was taken so prematurely. I know it sounds insensitive to say, why are you saying life was taken? Guys, if he's been missing this long, guys, I just don't feel, my spirit does not let me believe. I don't feel that this man is here with us. It's sad. I'm telling you, I wish if there was a way that he could be alive, that's what I would pray for. But something in my spirit is telling me he's not. And that is so devastating to me and heartbreaking. That's why I wanted to come talk to you guys, because it's like, man, this man was just such a wonderful, wonderful person that really changed and helped save so many lives of the cancer patients, cancer people, I would say cancer patients who are suffering and, probably were given death sentences, and he came and helped them and treated them through some of the tough times in their lives. And there's families that are speaking out right now about what a wonderful thing that he did for their family members and saved their lives. And he truly was a community hero in people's lives. And it's so sad to see his life taken from him. So hi, Kenya, how are you? Oh yeah, Pocahontas, let's look at some of the theories you guys have. Hi, K Mommy, how are you? The independent team finds missing people. Oh, there's another team, the independent team. Have you heard of, K Mommy, have you heard of Adventures with Purpose? They are pretty cool. If you haven't heard of them, look them up. They have a YouTube. They have about 2 million, over 2 million. I'm gonna actually cover this story too a little later, but they have over 2 million subscribers on their page, and they're truly amazing. So they started this whole campaign, I guess, this cause that they started in 2019, and they are experts in diving. And they have been able to resolve so many cases of different people who had gone missing underwater. And the authorities, they went and they searched these same areas that they had searched subsequently, and they never found the missing family members. Some people had been missing for 4 years, some people missing for decades. So of course, there was very little remains of them left, but they have been able to find vehicles underwater, all kinds of things. And the interesting thing about it, their campaign, is that a lot of times when they find these missing people, they're within short distances from the shore or from the location where they're found missing. And actually, there's a story that I'm going to cover called Kylie that I'll talk about a little later. But they found her recently. And the weird part is the officers and the diver teams for the police authorities, they search those same areas, shallow areas, like only for example, 14 inches under the water or even less than that. And for some reason, the authorities, even though they searched for hours, those same locations, they're not able to find the missing people. But these Adventures with Purpose group, they go out and within 20 minutes sometimes, they're able to find these lost souls and people who've been gone and family members who have been missing for years and decades, and their loved ones been unable to find peace because they're thinking that their loved one is still alive, because the authorities, I believe, are doing a really careless job of finding these people. But this Adventures with Purpose team is phenomenal. They pretty much go around the country, but they are an underwater search recovery dive team dedicated to helping families of missing loved ones for free. And they do it for free, guys. And with our support, of course, they have found they've been able to resolve 23 missing person cold cases since 2019. And it's just incredible. If you go and watch some of their videos, you'll see how amazing work they do and how sensitive and caring they are with the parents and family members that, have lost loved ones. And they come, the loved ones come to the scene, of the area where they're searching. And so they get to see it. But you can see how sensitive and caring and kind the Adventures with Purpose team members are to the family members as they're going in, because it's a very traumatic experience when you when you're a loved one and you're watching the whole process of these staff members going out into the water and finding your loved one under the water in a car. It's traumatic, but how they handle it and how gentle and delicate and kind and empathetic they are with the family members, it's beautiful to see how they interact with them, and all the lives are changing. They just recently solved a case today. Actually, a case that, they usually don't do cases that are new and fresh. They usually wait at least 3 months that the person's been missing, or a couple of years. But they took an exception and they found a recent missing girl. I'm so sad, a 16-year-old girl. We'll talk about her story next. But these people are amazing. I really think the family should get them involved, because if this man is in the water, as Kenya says she thinks he was on the boat and definitely unalived. Extremely eerie story. Right, Kenya, I agree with you. Like Kenya says, if he's in the water, then I have faith that the Adventures with Purpose would have more of a success finding him than the authorities, because the authorities have so many cases that they have to solve. So I don't think sometimes they do a thorough job when they're searching for these people, because they've got 100 other cases they have to go address. So I think they just kind of do these quick, careless searches, and then they're like, oh, we can't find them. So the Adventures with Purpose, I think they have more of the skills and the equipment and all the training to go out and find this gentleman. But guys, this story is so sad. I'm with you, Kenya. When I found out what happened to him, and then, or if, he's missing, and the fact that his own wife, you guys, divorces him, files for divorce the same day that he goes missing. Isn't that weird to you guys? What do you guys think about that? I have never, and I look at all kind of criminal cases, even in my prior career as a deputy district attorney, I have never heard of a spouse filing for divorce the day that their spouse goes missing. That is so weird to me. This woman she gives me bad vibes. I mean, so cold, so callous. I mean, I don't think she even done any interviews to try to find him or made any effort. It's like she just, whatever, he's gone, who cares, divorce. Like, that is so, that's like so sad. This poor man. His own wife just left him, guys. So yeah, Kenya. So Kenya, if you're here, you said you think he was on the boat, definitely unalived. Okay. So how would that logistically work if he was unalived on the boat? Okay, if he's on the boat, he's unalived on the boat, that means the perpetrator would have had to been on the boat. And then how would that person get back to shore, or back to whatever, the deck or whatever they were, while that boat still stayed about 16 miles or so from the shore, or from where it was originally? That's the question we have to ask. Because that means somebody had to been on the boat with him, unalived him, threw him over. I mean, and they would have to have checked to see, and how did they unalive him? He's a man. He's going to fight back. So if they used a gun, they're going to find evidence of that. They can't just, this man's going to be fighting back. So, I mean, there would have been evidence of foul play, on the boat. And it doesn't appear there's any news outlets saying that there was anything found on the boat that was suspicious. So I don't know. Kenya. I don't know about that. Oh, Pocahontas re-suicide, perhaps? Sorry, I don't usually use that word. I usually use self-conclusion. But, Pocahontas, you could be onto something. I mean, they apparently were having problems before he went missing, because no woman's just going to up and file for divorce. So this had to been building up over time. So they already had strains and problems in the relationship. And so Pocahontas could be on to a right theory. Did he feel depressed? Did he feel hopeless because she was going to file for divorce? They had a big argument that day, maybe, or the date night before, and she was like, it's over. That's it. I'm filing for divorce or whatever. And he's like, don't do this to me. I can't live without you, blah, blah, blah. Gets on the boat, jumps off, and takes his life, because that could be a possibility. I mean, Pocahontas could be right. And then she just goes and files for divorce, not thinking anything of it, thinking, oh, he's just playing around, whatever, because he doesn't want to get this divorce. And so she's not thinking anything of it, meaning She's just thinking that he's left for a while because they had problems, and you know, he knows about the divorce that's going to be pending. So she's like, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the divorce. Him disappearing is not going to stop me from my original plan of divorcing him, so I'm going to divorce him anyway. That could be the theory. That could be the theory, Pocahontas. So you could be onto something if this was a self-conclusion. That's pretty sad, but we will follow this story. Pocahontas could be onto something. That could be to me, I think that could be a logical theory. But we need to know more about this man. We need to know about his background. We need to know if he suffered from any form of depression before this. Was he having signs of hopelessness? Different things like that. I mean, not everything is always displayed, meaning people don't always share the struggles that they're going through. But it's something we need to figure out about this man if it was a self-conclusion. But I don't know, guys. The woman this wife just doesn't feel right. Oh, you do, K-Mommy? Awesome. So K-Mommy says she watches their channel too. Cool, K-Mommy. That's awesome. Yeah, aren't they awesome? Weird. She may have a body double get on his boat. She could, K-Mommy. That's a good theory too. She could. We need to figure out, is there surveillance around? Because those authorities need to watch that surveillance, if there is surveillance, because that would really give all the answers. I don't think they should rely upon the wife, though. They need to get independent confirmation that he was actually seen getting on that boat. But you guys let me know what you think about this story, guys. This story's so sad. My heart just dropped, and I haven't been able to get over it. I was like, I need to talk to you guys because I feel sad for this man who's changed and saved so many lives. He seems like a really good guy. Like, he really cared about people. He thought he had a woman that cared for him. Clearly, we don't really know what's up with this woman and what her motive is. Did she have a part to play, or did he self-conclude? That's a question. But we will find out more. I'm going to keep following this story. I really pray that hopefully the Adventures with Purpose will get involved in this story, because it appears, you guys, the authorities have ceased looking for this man. They just stopped. They basically gave up. Oh. But yeah, guys, if you're in the Florida area, he is described as a 5'11" man weighing 150 pounds. He's bald-headed, brown eyes, and he was last seen wearing a purple shirt and black pants. But again, we have to take that with a grain of salt, and we need to figure out who is the source of this information. If it's the wife and she's already filing for divorce, I would not take her word for it. I would find independent confirmation. I'm just so sad. I'm just praying right now for Chandre Cross, Lord, that if he is alive, that you will please find him, Lord. And even if he's not, I pray that you'll bring resources to find him in the name of Jesus, so that the family could have peace. And I just pray that his soul rests in peace. And I pray in Jesus' name he made it to heaven, and that he lives, his soul is at peace right now. I'm so sad. I just pray for any people who have been touched by him, that you just mend their broken hearts and comfort all of his family. Guys, I'm so sad. So keep his family in your prayers. If you have a prayer list, add him to the list and his family. Thank you so much, guys.